Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel again. So this time, we're going to have something new and exciting. Jackie and I were doing this lunations on Instagram, but we decided that we're going to do them on YouTube. Yeah, see my links up. Oh, I'm going, I think, live on Instagram. Yes, we are going live on Instagram at the same time. Exciting. So thank you, Jackie, for coming again. I think we do this every new and full moon, and this one is special because it's an eclipse. So we're going to start doing it on YouTube just because there's lots of glitches on Instagram. Unfortunately, people just popping out. I can't have, so this is going to be like a better stream for everybody. So hi, Jackie. Thank you for coming. Before we start, introduce yourself a little bit. Where can people find you? What do you do? How do you practice astrology?
So, hi everyone. My name is Jackie. On astrology, my name is the Birth Map. That's my name on Instagram and on YouTube as well. What I do? So, astrology is my passion since my teenagers, and until now, when I'm 35, I have had so much experience with astrology learning and reading the charts that I have just figured out that I can read the everyday forecasts in order to guess what can happen, because I noticed within myself, being isolated in some situations, that I have sometimes good and sometimes bad behavior. And I was comparing my personal chart with what's going on outside currently, and I figure out how moon actually impacts us and how it's important for us to follow the moon. That's why you and me, Yasmina, we're having these lives almost a year where we follow every new moon and every full moon. I find it very important. Moon is a trigger a lot of events in our lives. It moves our lives. We all know when moon is ruler of our year that we're going to have very dynamic year. So yes, and
excellent.
This full moon is also very important. You know very well.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about an upcoming lunar eclipse. It's going to be a full moon in Libra. So moon is in Libra and sun is in Aries. That's what full moon is, when the moon is opposite the sun. But in this case, we're going to have Earth in between a little bit. So that's why we have an eclipse. So the light is not going to shine on the moon as it should be. So moon is not going to be as visible. So that's why it's very important. So these eclipses usually trigger our lives and everybody on the earth, and in personal charts as well. New beginnings, new endings, and this will happen at 5 degrees 7 minutes Libra. So for everybody who has any placements in their natal charts, any planets or angles between 2 and 8 degrees in cardinal signs, Libra, Aries, Cancers, and Capricorn, will be most affected by this eclipse. But if you have any other planets in those 4 signs between 2 and 8, it's also going to affect your life as well.
Cool.
Okay, so these are technicalities. This is going to happen on March 25th, on Monday, upcoming Monday. So that's also important for you to know. So tell me, Jackie, what do you feel? What is your impression? What is this full moon going to be? How is this eclipse going to affect people?
So I would kindly ask you to turn on the chart if you
can. Oh,
can.
yes. Thank you. Yes, I forgot to do that. Yes. You're very right.
I like to be focused on you too when I watch the chart. So we both are analyzing it.
Yes, this is the one.
I
forgot to show the chart. Come
Great.
up now. There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, as you say, some technicalities from 0 to 5, actually from 0 to, let's say, maybe 7 or 8 degrees.
Yeah, I said,
of every card.
I think I mentioned 2 to 8 degrees.
You mentioned from 2. Well, I like to give more degrees, honestly, because I know from my own personal experience how strong it hits you. Of course, as you are more closer to the 5th degree on both sides, it hits you stronger. So as you're far away, it hits you less, but still hits you. It's going to hit every cardinal house that we have, especially the personal planets: Moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Sun. So all of you with these planets in the Libra especially, be aware that this can be very dynamic period for you. So with this,
Sorry, Jackie. So, Jackie, before we
yes,
start, I just want to say that I casted the chart for where I live. So don't look at the houses. This is just for the place where I live. Don't look at the houses. Just look at the aspects, what is happening here as we talk. And then I just want to say hi to Misbehaving. Thank you for being here. She's my biggest fan. Every live she's here. She didn't miss one so far. Okay, go ahead. Sorry for that. I just wanted to say hi.
hi Sandra.
Sandra, hi.
So, yes. So let's see. So Moon is here, basically unattacked from the other planets, which is in one point of view good. But we are having here a very strong aspect with Pluton, and actually this gives definitely the key word for this moon eclipse called karmic transformation. So something has to be changed, like deep between the relationships within us and other people. Pluton here is in Aquarius, so it brings how to say brings a transformation. I'm gonna say for all the generation, and having this moon very near north and south node also talks about the karmic transformations that needs to be performed now. This moon is, let's say, result of a previous 6 month. If you remember when we had eclipse in October, when everything started, this is the finalization. So now it's just what you have been doing so far, how you got matured through relationships, how you got better with yourself. Because Aries there is the opposite, saying that I can do this alone, or I am here for myself the most. And if the relationship between, doesn't matter who, you and someone else, the job, you and something in your life, because here everything is personal. It's about you. How did you change? How did you evolve with all these situations so far, and how now you're evaluating your own results? And there is no turning back. Cardinal sign is a sign that when decided once, that's going to be forever, and this is just a drop that breaks the glass. So something what haven't been corrected so far, because Libra is a sign of justice, so I'm sure that we have been having a lot of understanding and patience for the situation that was happening in our lives. But now it's time, 100,000%, that everything has to be changed from the roots.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. I heard somebody say that lunar eclipses are more affecting us people, and solar eclipses more governments and people who are in charge, or royals. So this is going to be more personal, because moon is very personal celestial body. It talks about emotional needs, our security. So being in Libra, first of all, being all alone, as Jackie mentioned on the other side, it has like a shape of a bucket. So this is the moon is the handle of a bucket. So a lot of pressure is on it, because it needs to hold every other energy and every other planet in his hands. So we're going to feel pressure on our emotions. And in Libra, it's all about our partnerships, our relationships, our money, how we balance things, how we balance our energies between every one-on-one partner, every one-on-one relationship we have. So it doesn't have to be just romantic partnerships. It can be a business partnerships. It can be with your clients, with your, with your friends that you have one-on-one. So just pay attention if anything is going to change in that sense. It's about, because it's an eclipse, it's about cleaning, the cluttering, getting rid of toxic ones, especially with the trine with Pluto. Pluto is also about toxicity. So getting rid of anything that is toxic in your life, and making space for new relationship that can appreciate for who you are, because on the other side we have Aries, about authenticity and who we really are. So just want to put my into this.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And as I said, also, this is very personal, and we just need to go through this one more time, because this north and south node will not be for too long in Aries, correct?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
leaving this year, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's time to change a certain relationship, actually to change something within us which is toxic, in order to get a better result. If not, then you must know that those persons or you are going to leave the certain relationship because you're ready for something better. We need to appreciate ourselves more. That's Aries. Be brave, have a courage, just to count on just not to count on others. The other person will do something, the other person will take care of me, or however the job will take care of me, the boss is going to take care of me. No, it's you who need to take care of yourself, actually, because Libra is a sign where everything is much better when we are doing both, when we are both
Yes,
involved. But
yes.
if some relationship is toxic and it's not mature, yeah, then you're going both down. So some of you needs
Mm-hmm.
to pull the balance up, or to pull another person, or to just continue your own path.
Yeah, before we go and do for all 12 rising signs, our intake and insights on that, I just want to mention that the rulers. So what do we have? What do we mean by rulers? It means who is in charge of this lunation. So on the moon side, it's Venus in Pisces, and on the sun side is Mars, who's going to move into Pisces tonight. So we're going to have this
Yes,
Piscean spiritual energy in it. So Mars in Pisces is like a spiritual warrior, and Venus in Pisces, in charge of this moon. She loves being in Pisces. She feels romantic. She feels like she's connected with a higher purpose. Um, but she's with Saturn this time. So that tells me that we're going to have a focus and determination and ability to think long term. Where are we going with our relationships, with our partnerships, with that. So I think Saturn is going to actually help us here, although they're in Pisces. So we might have this empathy when we resolve some issues, when we cut some people out of our lives. We might do it in a kind way, but we're still going to be determined to do it. What do you feel about rulership of this lunation?
so yeah, rulership is a must to mention. So having this Venus here in Pisces, we have let's say we're going to have an urge to or to victimize ourselves, or to dream about something, but Saturn will not let that happen. Yes,
Yeah.
Venus feels the best in the Pisces, and that's something that gives us stronger energy. That's actually plus for us. And actually, having Saturn there, it just doesn't letting us go on a negative side. To cry after ourselves, to play victim and etc., or to just dream without strong, clear
Yeah.
roots.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we want to dream, we need to set up some certain things before, and then we can dream about it. We
Yeah.
need to set up some borders, some limitations, and then you can dream about it. And that's, in one point of view, it's a good thing. From another point of view, for sure, here Venus is going to be sacrificed. Our pleasure, our happiness is going to have to be sacrificed for the greater good. Let's say it like that. The situation that's happening to us, it's requiring from us to sacrifice ourselves for a future that's coming. Future there is a good aspect with Jupiter, and very soon
Yes.
with
I was going to say, yeah.
Venus. Venus
Yeah.
is the future because belongs to Aquarius. So here we just have to believe. Pisces is a belief, religion, as well as Jupiter. They have a very good aspect. Uh,
It's
Venus,
a money aspect, right? It's also a money aspect between Jupiter
yes,
and Saturn, and with Venus there. I feel that if whatever you guys want to do, I think it's a good time for long term partnerships that can bring money. It's good for finance. Very good aspect. I think this lunation is actually, this eclipse is not as harsh as the other one that it's coming up. I think this one is actually very favorable for the rulers and for the finances as well. I feel that it's, Saturn and Jupiter together gives clear budget, focus, long-term plans for everything.
Yeah, that's the point of view from the money point of view. I was just my idea was that this whatever is happening to you in your life, currently you need to sacrifice yourself now, money wise, love wise, just something, whatever. And later on, the future is promising good things. The future is promising materialization of what you want.
Yeah.
Actually, what kind of relationship, doesn't matter with money or someone else you want to be, because earth and water are both manifestations of materialization, the things. So we can materialize the certain relationship, but first of all we need to go through some, I'm going to call it sufferment or sacrifice, however you prefer. That's why I see that this lunation will not be easy. It's going to require us that we sacrifice something from ourselves to stay very focused, very to be under the Saturn influence. So we cannot dream about something, we cannot cry about something. We need to just stay strong while the situation passes. After that, this Venus is really giving us a good promising aspects. And just as you said, money wise, Venus rules the money. In this moment currently, we can have some issue with money where or we can have a lot of costs or a lot of expenses or something. Our budget can be limited actually. And but with the time,
I think we're gonna handle this sacrifice well. I think Jupiter is supporting us. I don't think we're gonna have a problem. I just feel, and then Pluto. Yeah, I think Pluto with trine with Moon. I know we mentioned before, but it can be a help for somebody powerful. We can have some powerful connections and partnerships now. Somebody who's wealthy who can help us with the money. So I feel that it's not, even if we have to sacrifice, we won't feel that it's a really hard sacrifice. You know how, when you have some other aspects in that sense. I feel it's going to be a little bit easier. But do we have Chiron here with the North Node? We have a Chiron with North Node still very close. So there are going to be some wounds coming up that, we need to resolve in any case.
Well, that's subject with Mercury.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's subject to Mercury. And then I would like to give a couple of comments from this Sun, because Sun is a position with the Moon, like the second main player. Sun here is in a very good position, so our ego will be really boosted, and we're going to have self-confidence to go through situation, doesn't matter what. So we're going to be brave. We're going to have belief in ourselves, and we're having here support from the Pluton on the both planets. That's so important. That's actually support. As you said, Smina, or we're going to get the power from somebody really powerful, or that someone has the power in that moment for us to help us. And power can be support or money-wise, depends. Or it's going to be some community that's going to help us a lot, because Pluton is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is a community. So if you have any issue, try to get closer with some community. Try to find your own a community that you belong, that can help you to go through this period and to get yourself stronger and better. Pluton in the Sun feeds our ego, gives us our strength. It helps us to transform and to grow the new one. It's springtime. It's spring equinox, so we are growing again. Now we have perfect opportunity from the roots to start to grow perfectly. First of all, removing the toxic side, and then second of all, growing up.
Yeah, it's a long-term game, guys. I think, it's a short-term sacrifice, like a shorter period. It's going to give a long-term gain. So think about it, pay now, play later kind of a feeling, as this proverb say. As you said, Sun is in a good position. We're going to feel a boost of ego. I do feel that this might bring some good result at the end, and we might not see it as we go through it, but at the end we might say, oh yeah, this was very helpful, and my path is clearer now for the future.
Yeah, I agree totally, because earth and water are there. So yes, it's gonna be, we're gonna wait for it, but in the end it's gonna come, that's for sure. And what do you think
Yeah.
about this Mercury and soon going retrograde and soon gonna meet with Chiron and North Node?
Yes, so that's so Mercury just started his shadow on Monday, the 18th, and is going to go retrograde on April 1st. I think this Mercury retrograde is going to make us start revise, like you know how we are full of ideas and how we have full lots of things on our mind, and Aries wants to act on everyone. So I do feel that we need to experiment and see which one works, which one doesn't. And then when we decide which do work, go for it long term. I think this is going to be a revision of this, and it's going to bring up some things that we from the past that hurt us, that we're not very comfortable with. But this is also going to help us to eliminate what doesn't do us good, right? So it's going to be a lot of fire, right? Because I mean, fire. It's a lot of fiery. We're gonna think we want to do a bunch of other stuff, right? So we are going to be eager to do it, but I think we should try, but then focus, and then long term for one or two ideas to actually give us some results at the end. So just
Yeah.
Misbehaving is saying, I'm interested as Libra rising with Pluto at 6 degrees too, and having my Chiron return. Yes, misbehaving, this is your year. Yeah, this all these eclipses that are happening last year, this year are really impacting you. So
this is gonna be your eclipse.
Yeah,
this is gonna be your transformative eclipse for sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna transform you. It's gonna transform you through others, of course.
Yeah, through
About
all
this,
relationships.
about this Mercury, since it's gonna be retrograde soon, I think that also it's in a cardinal sign, and it's part of the North Node. So I think that we're gonna bring a lot of new decisions, how we're gonna live, and I think it's gonna be also very successful. And we might have we're going to have some urge to say some words that we haven't said it yet, to bring some
And gossip.
decisions.
And you know what, Jackie? Gossip. You know, there's a lot of stuff, especially when it's retrograde, and we go back and tell stories from the past and just blah, 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 blah them. You know, and Mercury in Aries blurs them, right? So watch out for that energy. It's just one time.
We might find something about that certain relationship. We might hear some news that we haven't known so far. That's also gossip. We might try to heal ourselves. We might try to return to some old routines that we were doing before in order to heal ourselves. I think that with the Mercury retrograde, we're going to take care of ourselves, but also we might get easily into fight easily, and the public scandals a lot, where on the lower vibration, the Mercury in Aries is really bad one. I mean, who can control Mercury in Aries and being retrograde? It's gonna say what you don't want to hear and what you want to hear. So it's gonna talk. We should be careful of what are we saying, because certain words will for sure change the direction of our future. It's very near North Node. So if you're ready to change direction, say it. But if you're not,
you might say something you will regret and you cannot take it back after. That's the problem. So
100,000%.
Yeah. Okay, so misbehaving. Misbehaving is asking, what would you do on the day of the eclipse? Set intentions or hide under the bed? What do you say?
You cannot, like, on the day of eclipse. On the day of eclipse doesn't have any meaning that something will happen that day, and you cannot avoid what needs to happen to you 2 days in advance, 3 days in advance, 2 days after, 3 days after, 7 days after. You cannot avoid it. Like, I just advise you as a Libra to stay calm, get your nice juice, make yourself being pretty, and no matter what's going on, you're ready because you're pretty, and that's it. That's it. With some nice
Okay,
straw, of course.
Sandra, thank you for joining us. Before you leave, let's see your question. She goes, I might survive moon eclipse, but sun eclipse is hitting me. I have moon at 80 degrees of Aries. Oh yeah, and Chiron at 20 degrees of Aries. Not sure if I'm ready. Yes, so moon and Chiron conjunction, and it's happening for the other eclipse on April 8th. You know what,
Yeah.
Sandra? You can do it. It is going to. You probably is going to resolve many things you are you were not ready to face before. You're going to face them now, and you're going to end up stronger at the end. I think it's going to be tough. You can do it. You have Aries moon. Come on, you can do it. And thank you for
No,
joining us.
you're brave in your heart, so I know you're gonna do
Absolutely.
it, and
Yes,
this
it's
is
a
just
brave.
gonna make you strong. You're gonna have to go through pain, like to through experience of pain, of fear that you cannot make it, but at the end you're gonna make it, because Sun is the
Mm.
strongest in Aries. Like, don't worry, it's gonna be conjunction with your Moon, so your lights are gonna
Yeah.
connect. You're
Yes.
gonna have more light and more power than you even think. It's
But
good. Don't be afraid.
everybody who has Aries placements, you guys know you're brave. You are going, you're bold, not brave, bold. That's the better expression. So
Yeah.
you have it in you. Don't worry. Okay, we are now 26 minutes into the show. Let's go and start doing uh,
Aries. I'm gonna start
the
from
self-rising
Aries.
signs. Yeah, let's start from
Yeah,
Aries. You always start with Aries, so let's go. So for Aries
I love to
rising, so
start
think
from
think
Aries.
guys, this plan showing they're going to be in your first house. So Jackie, tell for Aries rising. So we're going to have sun and all this in the first house.
Yeah, so we're Aries ascendant rising. We're always
Yes,
analyzing like that. So first of all, listen
yes.
for your ascendant rising, then for your sun rising. So ascendant Aries have this full moon drama moment in their seventh house. So, and first house. So that means that something will happen with their partner, marriage partner, business partner in their business. If you are having business actually with someone or some important person for you in this certain moment, it's going to happen, which is going to impact on you a lot and your relationship. So there are some things that must be changed between both of you in order to progress, because there is a Pluton there, so it pushes you both for transformation. All this sun, good strong energies in your first house, so it doesn't matter what's going on. If you even decide to end up certain relationship, trust me, you can go through this alone. First of all, you have north node there, you have sun there, you have already, I hope, already healed ego there, healed Chiron, I'm sorry, healed Chiron. But as sun goes more to Chiron, you're going to see that your ego is also healed and you're going to feel a superpower. So if you need to continue this path by yourself, you should continue. Don't be afraid of it. Venus is in your 12th house, so you cannot see currently results of this situation,
Yes.
but with you just have to believe. You have to believe. You have to believe that everything's going to be good. Try to and Mars is also, we haven't mentioned Mars, Yasmina, but Mars is also going in
Yeah,
your 12th house.
yeah.
So with this slow Mars, I'm sure that in a way you're not going to be able to react on appropriate way to make an action. But wait for it. Mars is getting into Aries like 1st May or 30th April. From that day, you're going to have a superpower, like just all of us, to start with a full action, because Mars is a planet that brings action actually. So in the meanwhile, if you cannot see the solution of your situation, and I know how Aries is impatient, just try to isolate yourself, to do something in silence, in quiet. Try to save your nerve system. Try to save your health first of all.
Yeah.
That's very important. Be aware of what kind of words are you using later on when Mercury goes back, because your tongue can be super sharp. You might you don't want to harm yourself. So just be patient for the next 1 month, and after that you're going to see how things are progressing better.
Yes. I
Just
was gonna, I was just
what
going
is
to say, just to add that you need to be very patient with your partners, with other people in your life. because you are going to be feeling that you're helpless, that you cannot act, because lots of the rulers of this relations are in your 12th house. So as Jackie mentioned, so you're going to feel that you cannot act on your impulses, and you may project on others that you're not being patient, your impulsivity, and then the partners might feel pressured, and with the Mercury in the first house, you might say something you'll regret. So it's very important that you keep calm, engage until you're ready. As Jackie said, it's going to be your time. This month, just stay low in the background.
Yeah, yeah. Well, just to add, Yasmina, we should all stay low. I mean, we won't be able to go high to do anything special. We're going to be able to bring decision, to get our courage, to figure out what we can do, to make a plan, and to wait. Mars being in Pisces, I was saying that a couple days ago, like that's so, for me, disappointing, because there is no action. How you can do any action in water? And
Go
Aries
with the
is all
flow.
about
No. I know it is action, but it's action going with the flow. So you have to kind of be in tune. That's why it's important with these rulers in Pisces to get in tune with your inner voice and follow that, and then go with the flow with your inner voice. So don't look for external simulation to do something. Go internally and see what this inside is telling you, and then just follow that without overthinking it, without understanding it. You won't understand it. You won't understand why and how, but just do it. This is with all these Piscean rulers. Just go with the flow. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. I agree completely with you, and that is the same thing that I said yesterday. Just go with the flow. There is no other, other option, and that's it.
Okay.
Go with the flow. Aries especially to go with the flow. Then
Taurus. So Taurus, the lunation is going to happen. The sun is going to be in the 12th, and the moon is going to be the 6th. So it's going to impact their everyday life, your routines, your health. So think about what are you doing every day since you wake up until you go to bed? What are your daily routines? What do you eat? Do you pay attention on your health? So right, this is going to be very, very important for Taurus. You have Jupiter and Uranus in the first house, so there are big changes are coming for you. And with this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction coming up on the 20th of April, this lunation is going to set some new path for you, unexpected, something new, and you're going to have the urge to want to change things. So start with your daily routines, because when you as a Taurus, because you're very hard to change, you're very fixed on what you do and what you eat. So make little changes, and then they can impact your life greatly. And because this sun energy is hidden, and you won't feel that self-confidence. You won't show it. Okay, maybe you're going to feel it internally, but you won't show it. But it doesn't mean it's not there. So I think you're still going to feel with the rulers in the 11th house, might some help with some friends or some communities that can help boost you up a little bit. That could be helpful as well. What do you feel?
Yeah. Well, the everyday habits, the working habits, the health habits, maybe some healthy recreation habits. There is something that you were been doing that's now showing as very toxifying for you, and that for sure you need to get rid of it. But now you're somehow, it's not so toxic, and now you're motivated to do the changing. You have a strong Pluton there in Aquarius, super strong one, giving you the power. And Pluton is always, from my experience, having strong impact on Taurus, super strong, I guess, because they are so opposites. Scorpio and Taurus are opposites, so Pluton always have strong impact on Taurus. And plus, you have your sign Venus in Pisces, so that's very good for you. The energy won't be so hard for you, but you're just going to have to move. Again, this is slow energy, which Taurus likes. So I don't find that for Taurus is going to be very dynamic. It's just, I think that they're gonna have to like cut off the toxic things and like reconsider what are they gonna what are they going to do with it? They have all this in their 12th house, subconscious, finding their own hidden courage, finding inner strength to start with action. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh,
with
yeah, I like that. I like
yeah,
that.
especially Mercury retrograde. I think the Taurus is gonna stay in silence and to think about how love can be changed, what's going on with certain things in their life, how the patterns are getting over and over the same way, and then
Absolutely.
the Venus, their ruler and dispositor of the moon, is telling them that the change will come. To stay patient, which they are. That's why I think that this actually can be positive for Taurus. Also, in the work environment, you might get into trouble with some of your colleagues, or you might be triggered by them. And also, it's a good moment to think about what kind of relationships you're having with your colleagues, how you can manage it, how you can change it, uh, to get the courage to stay strong and to protect yourself from maybe the
Yeah.
toxic relationships at work as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But I think, when the Taurus season comes, you guys are going to be 100% ready and
Yeah,
up and going. So
yeah,
this is like a low, as Jackie said, silent month. But when the Taurus season comes after Aries, you're going to be high up your game, but it'll stop you. So
that's
that's
true.
going to be good. Okay,
Gemini,
Gemini. So what is happening with
third
Gemini is they're
house.
going to have 11th house.
This
Yes.
11 and third. No, 11 and
Yes.
fifth. Sorry, my bad. Oh yes, this is very interesting for Geminis. The moon is in 11th house, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, no. The moon is going to be in the 5th house.
Fifth house. Sorry, in
Aries,
the fifth house. Yes.
Sun is in the 11th. Yes.
Yes. So fifth house rules with love relationships, art, creativity, children. So some of these subjects will be the lights are going to be on some of these subjects for you. And as we were saying, there might be some stories coming up that you are not aware. You might find out something that you haven't known so far. And actually, the love affair, I'm going to call it for now, love affair that's starting to happen, that's happening in last 6 months, will now come up to one conclusion, or it's going to be, or it's not going to be, because with these north nodes having in your fifth and 11th house, um, there is no way for the second chance. So, or the relationship is having a healthy, healthy, healthy bond, to call it like that, or it's gonna be gone. There is the Pluton there. When Pluton is mixing with a love relationship, or it's passing or it's going, it has a positive aspect. So I believe if you're having any issues with your love partners, that these things can turn up good. If not, I still believe that you can join your friends, your community, and get over this period easier. In case that you have some issue with children, um, this is something that requires that you maybe seek for your inner child to check upon it and to try to get a relationship with your kids or with your child better. Um, Here you need to see the, let's say, understanding, and to give to make a balance within yourself and within you as a parent and with your children as they are. You have
Yes.
something else?
I like, because Pluto is in Aquarius. It's going to trine your ascendants and suns and moons, whoever is in Gemini. It's going to give you a sense of empowerment. It's going to give you a sense of, I'm not a victim anymore. And I like that very much for Geminis, especially, if you felt that, you're an underdog in your communities, if you're an underdog, with your casual relationships, or, I think you're going to step up now and going to get this boldness and encouragement that you need.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Also, this is a house of public relationships. So, as I was saying, you might be, as we were saying, a subject of some gossiping or something that's popping out. It's a house of sexual affairs as well. So some things may pop out, and the things that you haven't known, and to give it the different, to show the real light of the affairs that you were maybe going through or you wanted to go through for
Yeah,
these last.
the thing is, the rule of this eclipse are going to be in the 10th house of public image. So this can also be affected, how you present yourself, and
Yeah.
it's going to be, how you project, promote, and present yourself in the outside world. So think about that. It's maybe with the Mercury retrograde in Aries, maybe you want to rebrand yourself or change something, the way you look, and how you want to represent yourself in the outside world. And this moon is affecting your creativity, so you might feel stuck. But with Saturn helping Venus and Jupiter, Uranus are there helping, it can be a very good creative project for a long term if you rebrand yourself. Just
Yes.
a thought.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, it's a good thought.
Okay, Cancers. This is where?
Cancers.
Fourth house.
Fourth and 10th house. Oh yeah. So the Cancer is the cardinal sign that has
Yeah.
been hit with a strong, especially let's say from 0 to 7 degrees or 8. So dear Cancers, this drama is happening in your house. So certain relationships in your house are gonna be under the reflectors, under the light, and that now it's time that you deal with it in a new way, transformative way for you and your family. Actually, if you're living with them, also for many of the Cancers, they might decide to start a new life, actually to start a life with their own partners, to become independent. They have a sun in their 10th house, so might decide to become independent, or they might decide they want to become a parent, or to get into like official marriage. That's also and if you having any ideas about it, go forward. The sun is in a very good position, and it's in your 10th house, so it's showing that your image in public will change, your status section. Your status in public will change. And actually, why not? It's a good period, because the Venus is going towards very good aspects with Jupiter and Uranus. So go forward. Otherwise, trying to make a balance between your private life and your family life, and try to show your family a new self, a new you that can handle the situation within the house and your, let's say, professional life.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Absolutely. Emphasis on your home life, because I think your heart is where your home is. But with this
Yeah.
formation, you might need to focus also on what else can you contribute to this world, not just be a caretaker, not just be a nurturer for your family, right? So
Especially with solar eclipse as well, soon in
yes,
their 10th house.
yes. So it's your heart will go one way, but your desire and your ego will want to go on the other way. So try to explore. Venus is your 9th house ruling this, and Mars are both in your 11th house or 9th house ruling this elimination. So explore your mind, put your mind out there, think of the other possibilities. How can you expand yourself? Don't get just stuck in your home and feel this is it. It's not. This is time to actually expand. Jupiter is helping.
Expand it. Try to make a long-term plans, trying to change the long-term plans, and to put some other plans on a hold. When Mars comes closer to Saturn, we're all gonna feel some kind of block. But in that moment, we can just like reconsider what we can do, where we should change our course, especially Cancers, for the future, because 9th house also belongs to future, what we want to be in the future. So, and it's going to be good energy for you. This energy is going to actually it's going to be mild for you.
Yeah.
Mars energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. They're gonna love it. I mean, they're gonna trine. Mars and Venus are, and Saturn are trining their ascendant and suns and moons, whatever you have in Cancer. So it will feel, you'll have this ability, and you are going to be able to think about long term, and you're going to have the drive. I think it's going to be good for Cancers. Very good.
For Cancer rising, the action where they're gonna feel exhausted, like very wasted, is gonna start from, let's say, 1st May, when Mars gets
Yeah.
into Aries, their 10th house. Then they're gonna be fully
Yes,
active.
yes, yes. Yeah. So now
Yeah.
this is not as bad for as for others. So enjoy this month,
No,
Cancers.
no, it's actually joined just like for Taurus. Yasmina, what do you think, Leo, ascendant rising for Leos?
Yeah. So Leo, this is gonna happen in their ninth house, right?
And
The sun is in
third.
the ninth, and the moon is in the third. So this is all about how you guys communicate, how,
Yeah.
especially on one-on-ones. What do you do? Um, uh, I do feel that you want to learn something. I think you want to not travel physically, but travel by your mind. But you might feel that you are, because of the local things that you have to do, you're kind of restricted. You're stuck. I think you're gonna feel maybe stuck in your local environment for some reason, emotionally, for whatever that is, and not being able to move forward. Um, what else is the third house? It, uh,
Communication. The
Sorry.
communication.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think
mentioned. Yeah.
that I think that Leo is going to have a difficulty to make balance within the communication without projecting everyone else their own ideas, because the sun is in their ninth house. The Leo Sun rising is going to be 100% about their own attitude,
Belief
like
system.
what's
Yeah, yeah.
right, what's not,
But
and they might get
mm,
issue because of it. Like they also need to change their own belief system. Pluton is there, and maybe but just trying to listen on other side to just to become more better listeners.
and when you mentioned Pluto, I think the rulers of this eclipse are in their eighth house, right, of transformation. So Pluto and transformation will have a lot to say, right? So Leos, as much as you might want to be on a throne all the time, you need to make some changes to reclaim your glory. I don't know. I'm going to say it that way. So I think we're going to need to do some transformational changes. It's going to be related to their psyche as well. How they look at things, how they look at other people in a deeper level.
Pluton is in their seventh house, in the seventh house. So for sure,
Cool.
it's gonna be. It might be actually
Pluto,
like I'm gonna say,
Pluto.
yeah, it might become also some arguing with a partner, with a
Mm.
marriage partner or business partner, just difficulties with communication where they need to accept
Yeah.
somebody else's beliefs as valuable as their own beliefs.
Mm. Yeah, power struggles, like in verbal
Power
power
struggles,
struggles for sure. Yeah, power
power
struggles, verbal
struggles, but
power.
also third house is house of brothers and sisters, so you might get involved in some difficulty moment with your brothers and sisters. To go on a short trip, I wouldn't recommend. Even if you want,
No.
probably you won't be able to go. Uh,
Mm.
some things will pop out about it, so you're gonna be just blocked to enjoy in your maybe everyday like activities. How
This is,
you're used to, not
yeah, this is also
mentally.
about yeah, this is also about releasing energy, right? So it's about releasing the things that don't serve you guys, right? So what does within your environment, your neighborhood, your siblings, maybe you can,
Short-term plans.
yeah,
Short-term plans
short-term
also.
plans, right? So if things might not, you have to release some of the things that if you really want to, be respected as Leos want from in your local community. Maybe it's not a thing now. Maybe when it's not a thing that you should be worried about or pursue. Just let go of those things, because for a fixed sign, it's very hard to let go of when they have an idea or
Yeah,
impose themselves. So you need to let go of, as Jackie said, ideas and belief systems. Then you don't impose them on others. That's
yeah,
important.
I agree. What do you think about Virgo, since you're Virgo rising, Ismina?
Virgo risings, woohoo! So we have this situation happening. I was looking at quadrant houses for me. It's different. Um, where is Libra?
Second house, house of money and valuable.
Yeah, so
things.
eighth house. Yeah, eighth house and second house. Oh yeah, you're right. So
Yeah.
what is happening? Yeah, moon is so definitely this is definitely not time to spend any money. Be tight on the budget because the moon is ruled by Venus that is with Saturn. I would highly recommend that you create budgets or revise with Mercury there with your sun in the eighth house. What your assets are, not just like where is your income coming from. Do you plan maybe if some of the things that you are some things that you are pushing to get money from maybe they don't work and you need to switch something and just get rid of this is not the service I want to provide anymore, or maybe change in that sense the way your income is coming. Also, it will be a very great test for your value system. What am I doing? Is this what I really want? So but Saturn with the ruler of your second house can give you a clarity, can give you clarity for the long term. Where am I going with this? What can I offer that is of value for others as well? That's going to be a very important question because you had to have the sun eighth house. So think about what can you, it's not about just you, it's think about how can you help others, give them value. Think about together people what you do with others, not just yourself. Okay, because this you could be all, you could be very in your mind about, oh, my money and I don't have enough, I'm not valuable enough. But don't think about it that way. Think about what do you have that can be of help to others with the eighth house and second house connections with it. And I wouldn't spend a lot of money. A lot of psychological things come up as well, right? Chiron is in the eighth house. So I have it. I have Chiron natally in the eighth house. Not an easy position because
Oh wow.
you always think about, am I valuable
Are you
enough?
good enough?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's the question that it is. So um, don't think about what do you find valuable in others, and see if that is something you can provide as well. Like what do you find valuable in others? Think about that. So why do you think that you cannot provide what other people provide to you in that sense? So think about, I don't know if I make sense, but it's important that you.
I understand. I understand completely what are you saying. I agree with you. Also, the Virgo rising, if some business partnership business doesn't go with someone, you have Saturn in the seventh house, Venus in the seventh house, ruler of this uh, full moon. If doesn't some partnership doesn't work out, then you go and you do it by yourself. Chiron will help you. Mercury retrograde, Chiron actually South North Node will help you to find your own inner value that you could project for others to express the value that you would like others to see. If you're selling something or you're dealing with some partnership, and it's gonna also help you to reevaluate your own values. So
Yeah,
if some
absolutely.
partnership falls apart now, and it can happen that some partnerships are falling apart, it just comes to an end because it's a north south node there, then it's fine. You can continue by your own because you have North Node in Aries in your eighth house. You just need to find your inner courage and to revise currently your money status. And then with time, I'm sure that it's going to improve since everything is an earth sign as you are. So it works good for you, actually.
Yeah, sounds absolutely great. Something to think
It
about.
is.
Okay,
It is.
Libras. This is important for Libras, as you mentioned. It's going to be very important
Oh,
for them. Is it the
yeah.
first?
Libra.
Moon is in the first. Yeah, go ahead. Libra,
Yeah.
first, Sun seven.
Yeah. Sun 7. So this little drama thing is happening like directly on you. You might feel really like enlightened from the all sides. Like all reflectors are gonna come up on you, all the subjects with others. It can be marriage, partnership, business partnership, someone else, someone very important for you. In one moment, like I think that you're gonna reveal 6 subjects at the same time, and it might be a lot for you as well. This is hitting you personally, so it's gonna be something that's gonna be in a waves, the stories in the waves. What the good side thing here is that finally you're going to finalize some stories, some relationships. You're gonna get conclusion of who is who in your life, what is what, where you can find your courage. And I love these questions, Mina, where you can find your courage, since their
Mm,
courage is in the seventh house. this
yeah,
is this is going to be tricky for Libras, very tricky.
yeah. The,
Yes,
the, the, the problem is like I feel that they're gonna feel pressured, or not pressured, but
yes,
overshadowed or pressured by their partnerships, all one-on-one
yeah.
partnerships. You know, like they're gonna be on the second place, not not. I think
Not
partners
first
might,
for sure.
yes. So because partners are going to be so occupied with their own lives that they won't even notice you maybe this month. So this with this donation, so that's going to be a problem. You might not be noticed, and your vanity is going to be hurt in Libras, right? A lot. So um, giving support maybe to your partner can help you in the long run. You know,
Long
so
run.
yeah. So it doesn't make this is the sacrifice you were talking about in Libra
Yeah,
needs to be sacrificed of not putting themselves first and being there for their partners. And then, you know, I know it's going to be hard, but I feel like that's
this is
necessary.
going to be
Maybe.
hard for Libras, especially the solar eclipse is in their seventh house. It's going to be a rough period for Libras. It's going to be a lot, but you see at the end, Venus has a good aspect to Jupiter. You're going to get your reward, and for
Yes,
sure it's going to come Uranus. So somebody will reward your sacrificing. That's for sure.
absolutely.
Your dreams, you are going to materialize yourself in the shape that you want to be, where you want to be. You're going
Yeah.
to make it. That's for sure.
Misbehaving is saying yes, feeling that already. Hang in there, misbehaving. You can do it. You're stronger than you think. It's going to be better. It's going to be rewarded. Jack said you're going to get reward at the end. So it might
Yeah, you're
feel
going to
like
be rewarded.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's sacrifice
Look,
now, but payoff later.
sorry. I want to say misbehaving. You have a south node in your first house. You need to deal with many sacrifices your own. You need to lose maybe many things. You need to get rid of it. Like you just need to let it go. Also, it's not easy period when you have a south node in your first house. It's like you're losing parts of you. You don't have time for you. Nothing is about you. Or something is going on there and there and there, and I'm losing this part of myself and that part and that person. But maybe that's the best thing for you that can happen, probably, to clean out the path, to clean out your life, so the new energies can come out, the new people can come out. If you're the first door, the second door, entering door, are seventh house, and over there is a north node. So first of all, you
Mhm.
need to clean out something around you, so the new energy can come in through the seventh door directly to you.
Yes, amazing.
Makes
Great tips. Hang in there, Libras. Okay, moving to Scorpios. This is going to happen in their 12th house. So it's going to be 12th and 6th, right? So,
this is just like with Taurus.
yeah. So the moon, but this time the moon is going to be in the 12th house for Scorpio. So they're going to feel it's definitely time to be alone, to take some time for yourself to re-energize and recharge your batteries. To rethink your relationships, to rethink how you budget your money, to rethink. You might feel strong physically, but maybe mentally you're not ready to do some things. Maybe mentally you need time um, to resolve and revise. And I think a Mercury retrograde going through your sixth house will help to revise your daily things, your work life, your relationship with your colleagues and stuff. And you can do it. I mean, for Scorpios, they know how they are the long-term runners anyway. They are the sign that has capability for waiting for the right moment. They're the
Yeah.
most patient ones. Absolutely. So you will get rewarded as well. Just psychologically, it might be harsh for you, feeling lost, maybe in a sense. Anyway, at this particular moment, what do you think?
Yeah, I share the same opinion with you. The Scorpios really have to like just to get into isolation, to to put everyone on a break, on a hold, to find time
Mm,
for themselves. Having this sun, having strong sun in the sixth house, it's a good thing because gives you power to change your everyday routine, to change your everyday life, to get a new habit, to get rid of those toxic relationships from the people that are like bothering you, to set up
mm,
some new, maybe a new direction at work between your colleagues, to set yourself up there, maybe as a leader, or maybe as a leader of a group, of a team, to show up yourself. But first of all, you need to get rid of, not to get into the negative toxic relationship with others that they were pulling you,
yes.
because you might really get infected, and when Scorpio gets infected, then it's really bad. So for
Yeah.
Scorpios, best taking care of yourselves, taking care of your everyday life. If
Mhm.
you for having Aries in sixth house, it's good that you accomplish everything task by task, like a soldier. If you approach to that way of your everyday life, you're gonna have way better life, way better organization, and you're gonna be way more calm. You're gonna feel better. Let me see, just for
I
Scorpio. Yeah,
do you know what I
sorry.
feel? I feel that if they try to find a creative way to have some fun and joy in life, because Pisces is going to be in the fifth house, right?
Yeah,
The Venus and Mars are going to be in the fifth house together. So finding the creative way to find some kind of joy and pleasure in everyday life, okay, in everyday routines. Think about that. Go to solitude and think about
yeah,
that. I think that could give you some kind of solution, because Pisces is
yeah,
ruling your sixth house now. So maybe some spiritual routine that you want to implement. Maybe you want to implement some yoga or prayer or anything as a routine, especially with Moon in the 12th. I would highly recommend it.
yeah. Mars,
Be creative.
ruler of six in the fifth house. Get art and relaxation in your everyday life as a routine, and you're gonna
Absolutely.
feel way. That's your
Because
filter. How?
and Chiron, this Mars in Pisces is ruling Chiron as well. So healing, art healing. There's art healing therapies. Join one of those, for example. Yeah,
Scorpios need to do something for themselves. That's for
yeah,
sure.
for
It's the
mental
hardest
health.
time.
I feel for mental health, especially physical body, as for mental health.
Yeah. Well, of course, Mercury is in the sixth house. For their
Yeah,
mental improvement, they need to start with, maybe they can start with also some light sport activities, you know,
yeah, absolutely.
long term or something like that. Okay,
Okay,
let's go.
Let's go quickly. Sag, fourth house and 10th. So we have no, the fifth and 11th. Sorry, fifth and 11th. So they're gonna have the Moon in the 11th. So they might feel isolated for their friendship groups, or they might feel vulnerable in their community. Um, and not only that, but wishes and hopes for the future, because Sag is all about the vision in the future. They might feel that some of the future things are tumbling down, some of the visions are tumbling down, it's falling apart, and they need to revise and change. And with Mercury and Sun and everything in the fifth, you're gonna feel that your maybe your creativity, maybe your inner strength comes from your creative expression. So instead of holding on to the dreams and hopes that don't serve you anymore, um, try to find a creative way to get new ones, in that sense. And you have to find joy and fun, um, but not by yourself, if you know what I mean. It needs to be how come from the heart and from yourself, not from external travels and
Sorry.
expanding and interactions with others, travel and everything else. It has to come from your heart. That's what
Yeah.
I would say. Letting go of groups and friendships they don't serve you anymore in that sense.
Better to be a single player than in a wrong relationship. That's for sure for Sagittarius. Look, Mars is getting into their fourth house. They might feel. I advise them to try to find more joy within their family members.
Yes,
Yes,
I
this
was gonna
Mars
say.
can be
Yeah.
very annoying for them, but try to understand better your family members and to get together's joy about some things. Like try to find joy in the house. Invest your time to renovate maybe your house, to do some nice arty improvements. Doesn't have to be nothing crazy, but like art improvements in your house, and you're gonna find their joy. Your activity should be in your house. Maybe to start to watch cartoons with your family members
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
relaxed.
that's Disney month. You can go
Mov-
and watch all the Disneys.
Movies or go to theater as well. Theater is fourth house as well. Some kind of
Yeah.
art.
So
It's beneficial for
connecting
you.
connecting with your family members, you're absolutely right, and finding that heart, where your home is, your heart is where your home is. Something that's similar to we said for cancers, it can apply to Sagittarius this time as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
misbehaving, she says she has a Sagittarius, so this is also not easy for you this month for sure, misbehaving, but you can, just hold on. We're here for you.
This
Okay, let's go Capricorns. Third house, Sun, excuse me. No, fourth house, Sun, and 10th house, Moon. So they might be
oh yeah,
vulnerable. They might be very vulnerable within their working with their managers or at workplace, maybe feeling they're not getting respect they want and feel that they deserve. I think maybe feeling that they're in charge of their homes won't be enough. They want to be, in charge of their public image. I think maybe public image will be shaken. Their reputation might suffer in some way or another. They might need to let go of the image they made for themselves, or what they feel that and how other people see them in the world. Oh boy, Capricorns.
for Capricorns, I also think that they might have issues in the house. And since seventh house is Moon is ruler of their seventh house, so this can be between a marriage couple issue easily. There are
Mhm.
some relationships that needs to be corrected, some roles that needs to be changed. Um, for sure, the Capricorns are gonna feel weakness and like lack of authority in their, as you said, professional world, how everybody else sees them or how their marriage partner sees them. But there is something that you need to change deeply, and we were saying this so many times. For Capricorn, Saturn in your third house and Venus right next to it. So you need for sure to start to work on your communication, to improve your
Yeah.
communication, to understand your yes or marriage partner, business partner, with whoever you're dealing with. Try to show understanding and try to get a lesson from it. It's very important. There are some things that must happen in your house, like a fourth house is a north node there. So there are some improvements that needs to be changed in your house. You might need to move from your house somewhere else. I think that you should just try to make a better short-term plans with your or marriage partner, business partner, how to improve currently what you have now. And because this is something very, very life important for you. That's why I think more it's a private life than it's a business life, honestly. And improving the communication will help you long term put yourself in the right position that you want to be in the house. Sun is in a
Mhm.
strong position, still somebody is having authority over you because it's a square with your ascendant rising, or your father or your mother if you're living with your parents as well. This, if you're living with your parents, this can be authority over you. So or
Yeah.
might you into some old patterns when you were a child, what's happening currently in your life. So
I
something
just
for sure needs to be.
Yeah, I still feel that they're gonna feel vulnerable in their workplace, in their career. Something's gonna, they're not gonna be 100% happy there. Something will happen.
No, no,
Yeah.
they're not gonna be, because as I'm saying, Venus is in their third house. So, or it can be some bad news, or news that's gonna slow them down or give them some like stop sign, because why they need to rethink about their professional plans. Then third and ninth house about their goals in life, like long-term goals, and goals are also connected for their house. It's not going to be easy for Capricorns. A lot of subjects are involving there.
No.
A lot.
Okay, Capricorns, hang in there. I know it's a tough situation for all cardinal signs. So
Yeah.
hang in
Oh.
there, guys. Okay, let's see what Aquarius happening in the third house and the ninth, right? So the moon is in the ninth and the sun is in the third.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so there's going to be some kind of, if your belief system might be shaken up. Yet I know you're very dogmatic and you can be very fixed on, but I think something will be shaken up. You might are going to be forced to change what you believe in. It's going to be somebody's going to put something on you because maybe you're going to learn something new. Your sun is going to be in the third house. You're going to get some messages, some information, some data that might influence on your belief system. And if you have any travel plans, it might be not happening. So I wouldn't travel in your shoes. And you might feel, yeah, like Mercury is there in the third. Don't get into fights. Don't get into arguments. Don't get into debates. You're prone to anyways, right? So Aquarius, they always like to intellectual things, and just prove people on a scientific intellectual way, like to prove happening what is going on. You might not be heard at this point. You might get hurt. The outside, you might feel that everything is okay, but on the inside, you might get hurt. Um, Somebody's gonna, offend you because in your discussions.
Yeah. Well, also accepting that somebody else's belief system is better than yours, has more point than yours. Also, it can be something within your brothers and sisters as well. For you, sure, your communication. Like you need to try to, even if you're right for the beneficial and for the peace in the house, sometimes your own truth can be better to keep for yourself. You can stay within your truth and within your path without putting on everyone else your own beliefs. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
who is it. It's about communication, brothers, sisters, or your neighborhood or your friends that you're just getting for like some, some friendly nights. Doesn't have to be only someone specific. It's about how you how you listen others, how you talk, how you are trying to control others' beliefs actually,
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
even your own somebody else's heads. That's the thing too.
I mean, everything, all of this rulership is going to be the second house of value. So, they might question the value system as well, just like Geminis. It's going to be like, um, you know, uh, the ruler is, of all this is in the second house. So, what am I worth?
What
What
I'm
am I
doing, what I'm talking about, what I'm believing, why I'm discussing about this. Is this important? Is it not
Yes.
important? Like, I think that also Aquarius is going to have to get rid of a lot of toxic
Mhm.
beliefs that they were having. Those beliefs were not useful for them, and now it's the last moment that they have to do it.
Pluto in the first house can help. So it's a good sign. I think Pluto
That
it's trining this moon in the third, not in the third, in the ninth, can actually help them, resolve this in a good way. They might get some, empowerment from all of this. I don't think it's going to
yeah,
be pleasant, but at the end, it can be very good for
very
Aquarius.
good for you. Very good.
Yeah.
let's do Pisces, please, and let's go.
Yeah, so let's finish up. Pisces, you have a big stellium in your first house. Mars, Venus, Saturn, and Neptune. Everything this is very highlighted for you. Although it's Aries and Libra axis, this is very highlighted for you because planets in Pisces are ruling this. So this is affecting you as well.
Personally.
Personally, yeah. So we have the second and eighth house, right? So we have the moon is going to be in the eighth. So there is going to be some psychological heaviness of, you might think about the eternity of life, about death. You're going to feel that, what is beyond, like, what is my existence? There's going to be lots of philosophical questions. You're going to want to dig deep into the psychology of existence, as you usually think about that as well. There might be a new ego boost regarding your finances, thinking that you have something tangible, but then you won't have. I don't know if that makes sense. You might feel that something is starting to happen, and you can expect something, but it's not time yet. I think you still need to go through some kind of transformation, especially with Pluto in the 12th house, some psychological analysis and just reflection before you make a new cycle. Sun in the second, it will give you a boost of maybe self-worth. You might feel, but then you have Saturn in the first. So like it's a long journey for you, Pisces, to get to really heal. I think it's a long journey to heal. You will eventually heal. Jupiter is supporting you, but I think it's going to take some time.
Oh yes, that's for sure. With having this lunar eclipse in their eighth house, right? It's their eighth
Yeah,
house, so they're gonna
yeah,
see all their how to say, all of their shady side. Let's say it like that. The side that they're not happy
the
with.
shadow side. The shadow
Yeah,
side. Mm-hmm.
Pisces are usually hiding. The Pisces are really good in keeping secrets of who they are in the bad words, you know. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
see. I this is gonna be very visible for them, and it might become visible for others too. This is gonna push them to reevaluate how they evaluate themselves, how they evaluate others. They want to. Yes, the Pisces are gonna have urge to get the things in their hands, some money, to bring some more value for themselves. Doesn't have to be only money. It can be money, or it can be also something else, just to bring a value, to put something on yourself that gives you more value, so you don't look uh, so you don't feel low as you're maybe currently feeling. But here Saturn is giving you lesson, everything goes through time. Yes, you can dream about it, but you have to build that dream into reality. Doesn't let you go just easily with like that. With time, short amount of time, the pressure
Yeah.
will let go. The Venus goes towards uh, Jupiter and Uranus, so that's a good thing for you. Keep hoping, keep dreaming, keep believing. That's so important. When Mars is in Pisces, actually the Pisces for you is gonna be, this is gonna be good energy. It's gonna have a good aspect with Jupiter, with Uranus. So it's gonna help you to move more in the flow that you're used to. It's gonna remind you of that, of actually who you are. Now you wanna dream with Venus in Pisces, but in Mars in Pisces, it's going to remind you of who you are, of your own special energy, how you can always go through the smallest holes in the stone, because you are that energy. That energy goes through everywhere, energy of water. Later on, when Mars gets into Aries from May, you're going to have a full power to bring those values to your life, to make it happen, to make money, to that something starts to work for you within the things that you want to achieve also. Not maybe you're going to also feel bad if you in some way depend of others. You know, maybe you're going to feel the low value in a way if you depend on others, and that's why you want to become so much independent. With time you're going to accomplish it. You just need to give yourself more
No
patience.
shortcuts. I would suggest no shortcuts, because with Saturn in the first house, you're gonna feel the drive. There's Mars there, but no shortcuts. Saturn in the first house really wants you to do hard work, long term, discipline, focus. I know you don't like that very much. You like to go with the flow, but I think you might need to not go with the flow, and actually you're the only ones who need to some structure to actually get results.
Yeah, but with energy wise, going with the flow, because they will feel frustration, they will feel
I
frustration.
understand, but
Yeah,
despite the frustration, they still have to do it. That's my point, because I
yeah,
feel that, yeah, that's the thing, because Saturn will reward them at the end. But if they take shortcuts or delegate or just say, oh, next time, next year, it's gonna, no,
no way. That cannot
right?
pass next to Saturn, because Mars has to pass
Yeah,
next to Saturn. So, or if it's gonna be how it's supposed to be, like with commitment every day to work on that certain goal that you want to achieve on that certain value, any shortcut will not help you. It's just gonna put you back. So don't do the
absolutely.
shortcuts. Do it
Yeah.
the right way, in your own way,
Okay.
but on the right way, day by day.
I think we're done. Thank you so much. This was amazing. I know you're in a hurry. Uh, what is happening here? I want you on a big screen with me. Okay, here you are.
Okay, I'm
Yay, here you are. Thank you very much for this. It was amazing. We went through all 12 rising signs. For everybody who later, you can find Jackie at The Birth Map on Instagram and here on YouTube as well. As for me, I'm Jasmina Brozovik Astrology. I have a website. You can, if you want a consultation, you can book my consultations there. I'm promoting, I have a special offer until the end of April for the 30 minutes readings. If you have something that is happening right now with Mercury retrograde and the eclipses and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, there's a lot of going on in April. If you have some urgency that you want to resolve in a 30-minute reading, I'm giving 20% off. Find it on my website, Instagram, YouTube. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Misbehaving, Sandra, I really appreciate you. Jackie, you too. I think see you for the solar eclipse. It's going to be high. I know you're in New York. I'm here by Niagara Falls. It's going to go right through my city. It's going to be huge. I hope you guys have glasses ready for the eclipse. It's happening.
take care, everyone. And if you need some assistance, as Yasmina said, with astrology tips and advisements, consultation, better to consult with astrologists than to make some decisions, especially Mercury retrograde, which can cost you regret. So yeah.
Yes.
Regarding me, I don't have currently. I'm working on my website. You can contact me via Instagram or my email over there that you can find, and I'm gonna happy to help you. Okay.
Excellent. Perfect.
Love. And thank you so much, Jasmina. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye bye, everybody.